What's up, guys? Trilogy here. Today we're going to be talking about the new movie, The Unholy, a new scary movie, PG-13. It just came out April 2nd, I want to say, and I saw it in theaters with my girlfriend, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts. Before we get into that, welcome to Trilogy Effect. I'm Trilogy, the host of this channel. Welcome, and thank you for checking it out. I do movie reviews, gaming reviews, anime, manga, tech, anything that you might have an interest in. I'm sure I have a video on the channel for you. I have everything curated in playlists for you. I definitely recommend you check those out. And with that said, we'll jump right into the video. Thanks. So today we're talking about The Unholy. It's about a girl who gets blessed by the Virgin Mary. She's a Catholic and she basically gets the power to perform miracles and stuff like that. So we know there's something suspicious. We know it's a scary movie. It's all set up in the trailer that, it's called The Unholy. So I'm not gonna get too much into spoilers. It has Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I think his name is. I could be totally wrong on that. I should have looked, sorry. But anyways, you know him. He's Negan in The Walking Dead. He was John Winchester, I wanna say his name was. In Supernatural, he was only there for like 2 seasons, but everyone knows him from Supernatural. So yeah, he's the lead of this movie, basically. There's not really anyone else recognizable in this movie that I know of. But besides that, the plot, it's a bit boring. So if you want to know whether this movie is worth a watch, if you're risking your safety going into a theater, I would say no. This movie's not worth it. It's pretty boring. The ending sucks. I did like how they didn't end it to where they were trying to set up a sequel. I hate when they do that. This movie definitely has a definitive ending, but there's just kind of some inconsistencies. And I know it's a scary movie and the characters are supposed to do dumb stuff to further the plot, but some of the things that the characters do in this movie, they just make no sense. They make no sense at all. This is a whimsical movie that just does what it wants, and it doesn't really have any concrete plot points that the viewer can really follow. Really, it's not very good. It's not a good scary movie. It's probably one of my least favorite scary movies so far. Interesting concept. The concept is very interesting. You have a girl who gets powers from Mary or God and like an angel and stuff like that. But what happens when that angel isn't actually an angel and we don't know that? And that's not really a spoiler. It's called The Unholy. It's in the trailer. You know what I'm talking about. But it's an interesting concept, and you would think that they would have been able to execute this much better, but it just really did not pay off at all. And even the lead, he could just not carry this movie. He was probably the most interesting part of the movie, his character development. He has a small little arc on how he develops as a character and what his goals are and what he wants out of life. The critic score for this on Rotten Tomatoes is 31, and the audience gave it a 58. If I had to give it a score, the idea is really good. The idea is really good, but it just falls into traditional tropes. There's actually a couple good jump scares. They got me a couple times, I won't lie, but it was a bit predictable with some of the jump scares. I'm a sucker for jump scares. I hate scary movies, but I love them at the same time. But as far as a score that I could give this movie, I wouldn't say it's as bad as a 31. I probably would lean more to the 58. I'd probably say this movie is like a 5 out of 10 if I had to give it a score. Just because the idea is there and the atmosphere that they set up at the beginning of the movie is really foreboding. You're like, what's gonna happen next? And then if you get about 30 minutes into the movie, you almost know almost exactly what's going to happen next. So I really wanted to like this movie. It looked really good off of the trailers. I wanted to see it the day it came out. That's how good it looked. But it's definitely more of a letdown as far as movies go. We haven't got a lot of movies out this year so far, but this is probably one of my least favorites so far. Yeah, somebody on Rotten Tomatoes, and this is hilarious, said this movie is more boring than Good Friday Mass. That is just hilarious to me. I didn't think it was that boring, but it's just not what it was depicted to be in the trailer. And I know you can only do so much with a PG-13 scary movie, but I feel like they could have done more in the threat of horror and scariness and stuff like that. The villain seems almost comical, the antagonist. There's not really a scary presence about them too much. Most of the scariness is set in the mood, and even that could have been executed more efficiently. Anyways, but yeah, that's my thoughts on The Unholy, guys. If you want to see more scary movies or any type of movie reviews, follow the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Comment down below if you've seen The Unholy, what you thought, what you think of it. Like the video if this helped you in making your decision on whether or not to risk your safety to go see this movie. At the theater, we went to socially distance, and you have to get assigned seats and stuff like that, and you're supposed to wear your mask throughout the whole thing, so it's a pretty safe environment as far as I can tell. But like, this movie, if you can help it, I recommend probably staying home and skipping this one. Catch it on Netflix or something like that when it launches next year, because The Unholy is... Anyways, Snooze Fest. Thank you for watching this video. This is Trilogy. I'll catch you guys next time. Trilogy out. Peace.